We are live. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another CLCI Live. It's Giving Tuesday. Yeah. I'm Brooke, and I am one of the many faces at CLCI Live. I'm going to turn it over to, oh, you know what? I have to make you a host, don't I? Yes, I do. I'm going to turn it over to Jerome for now while I do that.
Let's see.
Okay, you're the host now.
All right, we're all good to go. Welcome back, everybody, to another Tuesday Live here with CLCI. Like Brooke mentioned, it is Giving Tuesday, and we are excited to get in the spirit, not only for celebration of Giving Tuesday, but for celebration of the giving season. We've got Christmas coming up. We're excited. So for this first part of the segment that will be here for the hour, we will be getting to know Wanda and a little bit about what she does. And we're going to be giving out some prizes to, or I should say, some gifts. And we'll be joined.
Just give it away, Jerome. Just giving it away.
Oh, yeah, no. Did I spoil it? I'm so terrible. Well, no one knows what it is yet, so we still have that
giveaway.
Well, we're here with Wanda, and then also Vernisha will be joining us soon, and you'll get to know them in just a sec. For the time being, I'll go ahead and let Wanda introduce herself and just kind of tell you a little bit about what she does. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Jerome. My name is Wanda Douglas, and I am the CEO. No, not the CEO. She's the CEO. I'm the COO and of a company called B.Y.E, Bringing You Excellence. We're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We are a social impact consulting firm, and we're all about bringing the community together with the voices of the people that they support. We think it's so very important to not only have the folks with the power at the table to make decisions, but also bring the people that they're making decisions about to the table with them when decisions are being made versus after the fact. And so we do a lot of work in our community. I've been involved in work that involve children that are displaced out of their home and foster care for 16 years. My husband and I fostered over 100 children in and out of our home over a 16-year period. And so we had a revolving door, and we have 3 adult children right now. I say adult children, but it sounds funny because they're adult young people. They're 18, they're 20, 21, and 22. And one of the projects that we work on a multiple of community projects in our local area. And one of the projects that we're working on right now is with young parents with young children. And we're helping them to create economic financial pathways. We want to help.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
Siri.
Oh, that's Siri. How about I turn off my phone? She's always wanting to be in a conversation as well.
Nosy.
Yeah, my Lex over here wants to get in conversations too.
But anyway, I was just saying we're doing what is unique, a 2-generation approach to helping to build resiliency in our community. And that's working with young parents with young children. And not only do we support the young children, but we also support the families to help them get their needs met and provide economic pathways for them to better themselves, and then teach them resiliency skills to help their children so that their children can grow up without ACEs that we all experience as childhood. So that's a little bit about who we are and what we do.
You also are a graduate. You went to CLCI.
Yes, I'm so very excited. We did a change in our life, in our family, because it wasn't just me that went through the class. It was myself, my husband, and my 21-year-old daughter, who now works with us in the company, and Vernisha, who is the CEO of the company that I work with, her sister. So the 4 of us went through the weekend training together. And so we are really excited. And Vernisha is already a graduate. She graduated from the program several years ago. So she's not new to this, and she's been doing a lot of coaching since then. And I think my husband and I are getting ready to start a couples coaching.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, Lisa is a couples coach. Lisa is a couples coach pro.
Oh, Lisa, we have something in common. Yay.
And that's
So
what we should let
I'll
Lisa introduce
have to
herself.
reach out to you, Lisa.
Please do, please do. Couples coaching is a definite passion of mine. I definitely enjoy it. And anything you want to know, you just call me and I will give you all that detail.
All right. I will absolutely do that.
Yeah, I love it when a husband and wife or a male, female specifically are in the room
Mm-hmm.
with a couple or couples if you're doing group work, because I think it just gives it a much more balanced dynamic. So congratulations, I love that.
Thank you. And I would also like to say we have been married for 32 years.
And Lisa too.
Hey, see?
I got my 33rd coming up on the 30th.
And I've got my 33rd coming up in May.
And Jerome's parents?
Yep, my parents just hit the 32
Yay.
this week.
We're a breed that doesn't have many participants in that amount of time together. I hope to encourage couples though to do that.
I agree.
There's too many people. I don't want to make this couples. It's about you, Wanda. Sorry. I was getting
No.
Stop talking. It's on you.
Lisa,
No,
you
I
haven't
think
introduced
that's
yourself
great.
yet. Before
Yeah.
you do though, I want to say hi to Sue. Hi, Sue.
I'm Lisa Fink. I'm the owner of Life Coach Institute. I try and keep that down low because I'm just one of the people that work here. We all care about you. We all are participants in every aspect of Certified Life Coach Institute, and we welcome you as always. Especially you, Wanda. Thank you for being here at this time.
Oh, you're so welcome.
So today, and we're gonna, Vernisha, who owns, is the CEO of B.Y.E, will be joining us here in a few minutes too, and we're excited for you guys to meet her as well. So Giving Tuesday, does everybody know what Giving Tuesday is?
I don't think anybody knows what Giving Tuesday is unless it's the obvious.
Well, Jerome, do you know?
It's a charitable. It's a date to inspire us to get charitable efforts. Correct?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Oh,
It comes after being thankful. The next step is to be giving. So, and that's why we thought it would be wonderful to have Vernisha and Wanda on because of what they do. Because you guys quite literally work with charitable organizations and connect them to community members, and it's just a really powerful, beautiful thing that you guys do. And so quickly, or not quickly, but tell me more about, you were mentioning you work you're working with a particular charity right now, and that's with young parents. Would you explain more about that?
Well, it's a young parent initiative, and what we did, we work with the Annie E. Casey Foundation and some other local organizations that have partnered with us. And what we're doing is helping young parents. Last year, we did a focus group with about 100 parents, and we got together with young parents to find out what were some of their needs, what were some of the barriers to them excelling in life. It's very hard to be a young parent with a young child. And we got all kind of responses. Like one young lady said that she couldn't get support for her child because she only had one child. So what does that say to a young teenager, 18, 17, 20, with a young child? In order for me to get help, I need to go have another baby. And then what does that do for a young parent who has two children, 18, 19 years old? They have to put off their education. They don't necessarily have all the resources that they have available. So this organization, a couple of local foundations here got together and wrote this grant and contracted our company to provide services for them to support these young parents. And so we did a focus group with over 100 young parents to ask them questions. What are some of the barriers? Why can't you get education? What are some of the things that stands in the way for you to really excel? And it's some of the obvious things like transportation, lack of affordable wage, affordable living wage, not having access to resources, not having enough babies to actually get services, which doesn't make common sense. And then childcare. Daycare is absolutely so not affordable for a young parent. It's not affordable for most of all of us. But imagine being 18, 19, 20 years old with a young child, with a minimum wage job, trying to pay for childcare. It's like next to impossible. So then what happens? They can't get a good job, so they're at home, food stamps, welfare, all those kind of things. That there's a lot of young parents who don't want to live that way. They want to get a good education, they want to get a good job, but there's not a lot of pathways to help them in their situation. So we work with this focus group, and then the grant allowed us to bring in like 10 young parent leaders, and we trained them for 9 months: leadership skills, advocacy skills, communication skills. We partnered with local organizations, brought them into the local meetings to help them learn how to navigate, how to sit in, community meetings with large businesses, small businesses. And we went through 9 months of that with them. And we had a class with them every Friday, teaching them skills, life skills. We did events not only with the parents, but we also did events with the children. Every time we gave the parent a gift, we gave the babies a gift. Just to help on both levels. And so out of that, it was a 9-month project. And at the end of the 9 months, they wanted to do again. So we're now into phase 2. But what the young parents said, that was in the leadership group, said, why don't you hire us to go reach other young parents? And so the grant was funded for another 9 months. And now we're able to take these 10 young parents that went through the leadership class, and now they're young parent consultants, which are the young parents that are going through your coaching training, which we're so excited about, because they're going to now be coaching other young parents. And that peer-to-peer is amazing. A young person can speak the language of another young person, and especially a young person with a young baby between ages of 0 and 3. And we found out that just in our local community, there's over 8,500 young parents with young children between the ages of 18 and 30, with babies between 0 and 3. Wow. So we got a huge market to try to reach. So we're just excited that our young parents are now on board, and they've got new phones, they've got laptops, they've got the things that they need to get started. And we did some training today, as a matter of fact, so I couldn't sleep because we got to work with our young parents. We got to meet them where they are. When they show up, we got to show up. And so it's just a real great opportunity to be able to touch it's a 2-generation approach that's not been really tapped into. Some organization helps just the children. Some organization helps just the parents. But when you think about trauma and resilience, if we can help the children, if we can help the parents and teach the parents resiliency skills and help them get onto a better financial opportunity, we're also going to help the children not struggle through the way that their parents struggle through, and also have resiliency skills to help them not struggle through, adverse childhood experiences that a lot of us experience.
And what a wonderful, wonderful, generous, heartfelt, time-giving, pay it forward. How many more words can I think of? Experience you're providing yourself, as well as the people that you are working with, the ability to empower the parents that were working with you, and now are going to go empower other parents. I've got goosebumps as I say this. And I think it's an amazing connection that you're providing the community. And thank you so much for being here with us today. When you think about the learning curves that you've gone through over the span of the 9 months, as well as this new phase that you're coming into, what do you think stands out for you personally?
I think the thing that stands out to me personally is that I've been a trainer. I've been in the mental health field for over 20 years. And as a trainer, not just working with the young parents, but teaching classes every week, it's just amazing to see the transformation that these young parents have gone through from the time that they started until where they are today, to be sitting at the table. We have young parents that showed up today. In order for her to get there, she has to take an Uber there and an Uber back because she doesn't have her transportation. But to see them transform and just stand up and say, I want to do this, I'm ready. It's so exciting. And for me as a trainer, I'm always ready to get back in that classroom, or as whether it's Zoom, whether it's at home, I'm always ready to get back in that space, because as they grow, I grow. Mm-hmm. And my daughter was in the office today, and she, of course, went through the coaching class as well. But she was in the office today, and she's been working with us for the last 2 weeks, and she's been working on this PowerPoint presentation to present to the young parents tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So to see her transform into, she's becoming a public speaker, right in front of my eyes, and I've been doing this for years. And I remember when she graduated from high school, she did a presentation one time and she said, I'm not quite sure what my mom does, but what I do know is she'll go do what she has to do, come back home and cook and take care of us, And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And I've been doing this forever. Yeah. But now she's beginning to see it in a way that is totally different in her eyes. And she is also excited about working with young parents. She's 21, but she's also excited about working with young parents and being a life coach. And tomorrow she gets to do her first live presentation. So it's awesome to see the transformation.
And very, very much being proud of your experience with your children, but your community as well, watching your child become this amazing young adult, watching each of the individuals that you have touched become this empowered community that wants to give back. I'm so honored that we're speaking here today. Thank you so much for being here again. Jerome, what is it that you can share with Wanda about what you've heard? Maybe Jerome can't hear us.
Oh, yeah, I think he's having.
There he is. For a minute.
I have a quick question, unless Jerome, or do you have your back? Okay.
Are we good?
He's still kind of.
You're a little scared. Yeah.
I was just wondering if, because you are obviously, you're a COO, you're doing these amazing things. What was your path? How did you get to, where you are today? And did you think this is where you would be?
Well, kind of, sort of, just a lot of hard work. I was raised in a single parent home with my mom and 2 sisters in New Jersey. I went to college. I didn't graduate. My last year of college, I lost my scholarship, worked part-time, couldn't afford the last year. And I came home and I didn't lay down. I was like, well, there's got to be something else that I can do. And I worked in a small city with my mom for a little bit. And then I moved to Charlotte and I started working at a Holiday Inn. And I stayed there. I went from a front desk salesperson to a manager's assistant in 1 year. And I went from $125 a week to $250 a week. And they said that was the max I could do. So I was like, oh, well, I can't stay here. And the guy that I was working for, he was making like $850 a week. And I was like, well, how do I get your job? And he was like, well, you got to go to hotel, motel, school, and this, that, and the other. And that wasn't in the cards. And so I joined another firm, and then I ended up at 25 starting an insurance and investment company. I got my insurance license, my investment company, my securities license, and I sold insurance and investments for about 10 years. And then I had my own office, and I had about 30 folks working for me. And then after getting married, that wasn't something that my husband really wanted to do. And then I wanted to learn how to be a good wife and ultimately a mom. And so I gave that up. And then we together we did a mortgage company for like 5 years. So I got into the mortgage field because I've always loved numbers and money and finances and things of that nature. I loved it when I was in insurance and investments. So then I did that for a few years. And then we tried for 12 years to have children, and it didn't happen. We had fun trying, but it didn't happen. So we got into foster care, and we ended up adopting three beautiful children, one in which has severe special needs. He has severe autism, he has ADHD, he's nonverbal, but he's living his best life. We got him when he was 4, and today he's 24, and he's living his best life. And so we did the foster care thing for like 16 years, giving back to other families and youth. And when I got into it, I realized that I've always been a teacher and a trainer, and that's what I've really wanted to do. And so when I got into foster care, I realized that there were foster parents who weren't being trained in a way that they should be trained. So I took the skills that I had and became a trainer in foster care and then mental health. And then it branched into our communities. And then I started doing it for our Department of Social Services and juvenile justice system. And so I've always had my hands in the lives of other youth and families in some capacity, whether it was training in the home or in the community. I've been on our community Juvenile Crime Prevention Council for the last several years. And so I've been doing that type of work, mental health work and training in that field for a long time. So one thing has just kind of led to the next, but it has always surrounded youth and families in some capacity, finances, youth and families in some capacity for 20 plus years. And so it just has come full circle. And so this was just another great opportunity to transition from that to this. And now you see my
And
lovely
here.
partner,
Hi,
Vernisha Crawford.
Hello.
And so meeting someone like her has just been a phenomenal increase. And I've met really great people along the way. And I've been able to help them, and they've been able to help me. And we created this fantastic partnership. And so we're just continuing to do the work that we both love.
It's welcome, Vernisha. We'd like to welcome and Wanda. I just want to say really quick, you are just an amazing human being. You are just I have no words. It's just your soul and your spirit is one that is so giving and so caring, and it's just you are a very, very, very impressive woman. So
Thank you so much, Brooke.
Very much filled with wisdom. Yeah.
And so and now we have Vernisha who's joined us. Vernisha, I'd love for you to introduce yourself. We've talked a little bit about B.Y.E and what you guys are doing, but I'd love for you to take a moment, introduce.
Yeah. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Vernisha Crawford, and I'm the founder and CEO of B.Y.E, which stands for Bringing You Excellence. And I'm sure Miss Wanda has already shared that with you all. And so I'm just really happy to be here joining you all. I'm sorry I was late. I hopped off another call, but I had to be able to be a part of this because I got my life coaching certification back in 2017, and it literally is the foundation of everything that I do within my business and organization. So I am so happy to be able to join you all tonight.
And share a little bit about how you started your organization, how it came to be, what that was like for you.
Yeah. Well, it started 4.5 years ago. I had my little girl. She was 6 months old. And I remember I was working like a full-time job in property management. And my little girl had gotten really sick. And I had visited her on my lunch break. And I stayed like an hour, I think an hour and a half. And my lunch break was like an hour. And when I came back to work, I was reprimanded for that extra 30 minutes that I spent with my little sick daughter. And it was in that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can work for someone else with all of these rules and be the type of mom or parent that I want to be. And so I started searching, like, how can I work for myself? How can I just start something on my own? And a friend of mine had told me about the life coaching certification. And he's like, I think you would be really good at this. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know anything about anything. I don't think I'll be that great at this. But sure enough, I signed up for it. And back then it was in person. It wasn't online. And that experience, the 3 days that I spent with you all, was life-changing for me. Like, even if I didn't turn this certification into a business, it was just good for my soul. Like, it was just good for me as a person to go through that class. I felt like it made me a better person. It gave me tools to be a better person, a better parent, a better partner. And so after I got my life coaching certification, I literally did everything that was taught in that class. Figure out, put yourself out there. It's gonna be nerve-wracking. It's gonna be scary when you get your first client, or maybe it's gonna be like a couple months that you don't get your client. But what I did was I started to read a lot of books, and I would upload these little 1-minute clip videos on Facebook. And it was just nothing but inspiration. It was just things helping people to become better and find the answers within. And sure enough, people started to say, "Oh, I like what you said in this video. Can we chat? Can I talk to you? How do I get more of this from you?" And that really, turned into me saying, "Oh my gosh, I think they're asking if they want to, for me to be a coach to them." And so, like, I almost didn't even realize what was happening when it happened, but it literally came from me, pouring a little bit more into myself, reading books and posting these little videos about like how to overcome things and how to dig deep within yourself and believe that you can, like, do whatever it is that you want to do. And so from those videos and people asking me like, "Hey, can we sit down and talk?" That kind of started the life coaching, practice for me. And fast forward to 4.5 years later, I now have a consulting firm out of it. My coaching turned into consulting. And now I work with, the 6th largest foundation in the country. I work with the police department. I work with just amazing partners across the state of North Carolina, where, we work with folks in Virginia and in South Carolina and Florida and Texas. And of course, I think what I know to be true is that the life coaching certification in the program was the foundation. And of course, you can see like some more certifications behind me, and there's a few more over there. And so I've kind of like put some more tools in my tool belt, but the foundation of all of this was the life coaching certification. So I'm just going to publicly say thank you all for sowing those seeds inside of me, because if it wasn't for what this program has done, I wouldn't be where I am. And I also wouldn't have an amazing person like Miss Wanda by my side helping me do all of this work.
Hey, Vernisha.
Mm-hmm.
How about Miss Lisa is the founder?
Lisa! I finally get to see you, Lisa! Oh my gosh! That's amazing! What a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for like trusting your guts and starting this thing, because it is literally changing so many lives. I'm still here, like, doing exactly what I did 4.5 years ago. And so thank you, Lisa. It's such a pleasure to like meet you and see you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. There was another person right before me that started the program, which was Bridget, but I've picked it up since then, and we've definitely blossomed, and we're going to continue blossoming. And we're grateful that you guys bringing your excellence is part of our family. We're so proud and honored to hear your stories and connections to the world, and how you have taken it and blossomed it in a place that only you guys could have done that. You could only make it happen because of your strength and perseverance. And as Rhonda was speaking earlier, she used the word resilience quite a bit. It's definitely resilience and the building block that makes you guys share your strength and wisdom. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys. I mean, I love that you guys reached out to us too to help to partner with you guys while you bring these young parents through, and they get to take our course. That's exciting, and exciting that I think you sent most of your staff through our course as well.
The entire staff.
What have you we were talking about your current the young parents that are coming through and all the work you've done with them. What has been one of the shining moments of that for you, Vernisha, or of any of building your business even?
I think the shining moment, honestly, for me is, like still standing and being here. Like I'm doing something I've never done before. There's literally no blueprint for me. No one in my family has done this. And I feel like I'm kind of just like building things as I go and just learning. And so the fact that we are still here, and the word is resilience. I mean, we've still been resilient. The fact that we are still alive and thriving and doing well in the middle of a pandemic, is amazing. And I think the shining moment is knowing, here's what I say, it's like you can build a house on sand, or you can build a house on dirt, or you can build a house on like rock, like a foundation. And I feel like the life coaching certification was the rock. It was like a strong foundation, because the house that we've built, the business that we built, is still here, and it's been able to withstand so many things. And we have our staff and our team members and volunteers go through the life coaching program, because again, it's not just about becoming a coach after. It changes how you interact with people. It changes how you respond to people. It changes how you process what folks are saying. And you actually find yourself reacting less and responding more, and asking, questions to help someone find their own answers. And so that fixer that's inside of a lot of us that always want to fix the problem, having the tools from the coaching program, it kind of silences that fixer in you. It allows you to say like, hey, that person has everything that they need on the inside of them to fix their own things. It just takes the right person to ask the right question to pull it out of them. And so the life coaching program has been that rocky, like strong foundation. And I think that's been the shining light. I think it's always going to be the shining light for us, because it's literally embedded into everything that we do.
I love you, by the way. I mean, it's just like you are. I did not expect you to come on and talk about how amazing we are, but thank you for doing so. I appreciate that. You were amazing right back. With what you've done in your business and everything, for those who are not there yet, who are just starting out, who are just graduating class, who are even just thinking about taking the class, what is like the one thing that you wish somebody had said to you when you were back then, right? Back in that time.
Yeah. I think someone, if I could go back and think about something that like I needed to hear, it would probably be to like trust the process, that like this is not something that's just going to happen overnight, right? Like you're going to fail, you're going to make mistakes. You may say the wrong things. You may not get it right. You're not going to know what you're really doing in the beginning. You're going to feel like all of those things. But someone once told me that like, you don't know until you try, right? And so the coaching world is definitely a place for you to get your feet wet in different things, because it's like, do you find a niche? Do you just focus on women? Do you just focus on men? Do you focus on teenagers? And you won't really know until you try it. And so for me, I focused in the beginning, I was just like anybody and everybody, hey, I'll be able to coach you. And Lord and behold, what actually my niche or my niche, it landed within organizations, which is how my coaching business transformed into consulting. While I still use coaching techniques, it transformed into consulting because a lot of the organizations, I was working with a lot of leaders within those organizations. So I wish someone back then would have told me to get my feet, put my eggs in multiple baskets, just try, you're going to fail, and that's good because once you fail, you can learn. But to just don't be so hard on yourself trying to get things right. If you try and get things wrong, at least you know what doesn't work, and you can try something different. So I think that would have saved me a lot of heartache and a lot of just being hard on myself and feeling like I'm not doing the right thing, because how you feel about yourself definitely has an impact on the amount of energy that you put into something. And so there was times where I just felt so terrible, like I was just doing everything wrong, like this is not working for me. And I know that feeling that kind of overcame me also stunted my growth and progress. So for anyone out there who is taking the program, who's just finished, try whatever comes to mind. Write it down, try it out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But you won't know unless you try.
I love that. Oh wait, Lisa, do you want to?
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the only way you can learn who you are in this process. Get out there and do the work and do the practice and do the connecting and do all of that. So thank you for sharing that. I think a lot of our students need to hear that, that failing forward concept that John Maxwell has shared with us so abundantly, being confident that we have that resilience. I think some people tend to get a little nervous about it because there's oftentimes money, right? And living and surviving. But when you say trust the process, part of that process is knowing that you are going to bounce back and come through the other side, and trusting yourself in that process. So thank you so much for sharing that.
By the way, Courtney, who's one of our recent graduates, she says I'm a newbie who recently graduated. I appreciate this. Thank you. So your words are very much appreciated. I love the you saying, if you get it right, you get it right. If you get it wrong, you know how not to do it next time. You've learned something from the process, and I love that. Jerome, do you have anything to add? By the way,
you're on mute.
He's on mute, so we'll give him a minute. While he unmutes himself, Wanda, I wanted to ask you too. Same question. What do you wish when you were just starting out, when you were just somebody had said to you?
I kind of think about the same things Vernisha said, but I think about it in the sense of don't be afraid to try something new, because you don't know what you don't know. And I've, just not being afraid, just don't be afraid. And I think I use a good example. My daughter went through it with me, and she got out, she, talked to a couple of her friends, when she first got out, and then she pulled back. I think it was just fear, but she pulled back a little bit. But what I've noticed over the last couple of months is that although she doesn't realize that she's using the coaching skills that she got when she was going through the training, she's starting to blossom in a way that she's beginning to open up. She's literally from the inside out, she's beginning to open up. She's beginning to communicate in a way that she hasn't communicated before. Her self-esteem is growing. Her positivity is growing. She's doing a presentation tomorrow in front of young parents for the first time. She's worked really hard on this presentation for 2 weeks, and so she's going to present tomorrow in front of young parents, and she's so excited about it. And she doesn't even realize, when Vernisha said trust the process, she doesn't even realize that she's actually trusting the process as she's going through this place. And I say this to her all the time: Honey, everything is a process. Nothing happens overnight. It's all a process. You got to have to put things in place, and everything is a process. And so if someone had told me back then when I got started, everything is a process. It takes time. It's a process. Learn the steps, trust the process, keep moving forward. It'll be okay. It won't be perfect, but it'll be okay. And as you go through it's okay, you get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit more confidence, a little bit more stronger, and I know that if someone had told me that then, the process would have been probably expedited. And I see it happening in her. And I remind her, baby, you're just 21. You're just 21. It's not all there yet, but it's coming together. And I see, even with Vernisha's sister, I see the process. I see them working the process. I see them growing. I see them developing. It's so exciting to know that if someone had told us then where we would be now. And Vernisha and I are like two generations. We're doing this 2-generation approach with young parents, with young children, but we're like 2 generations as well, because we are 30 years apart, but we're like two sisters, and she says, I see me in you 30 years from now. And it's amazing because that's what we want. That 2-generation approach, we are changing each other's lives, and we're changing the lives of others as they're coming along. So yeah, if someone had told me that then, I think I could have been further along, but I'm excited about where I am. And because we're now telling them now, they're going to be so much further along by the time they get to where Vernisha is. So when they become 30, they're going to be so much further along. And when the babies that we're touching become 30, they're going to be so much further along. So trust in the process is
truly
amazing.
Changing the world. Like you're truly, I mean, that's what you're truly, and you're laying.
That's our goal.
You're sowing the seeds to keep that going and to keep it going, which is amazing.
But it's also bringing back family with what you're talking about. I mean, you're bringing back the favorite, well, you might not be their aunties and uncles, but you're bringing that back into it so that they have someone that they can trust to go to, which used to be our family the favorite aunties and uncles we would go to. You're bringing that back in a different light, but it's the same thing. They're going to trust you. And as they hear things and sorry, get a little emotional, as they hear things and become the abundance that they are, they're going to start paying that forward too. So it's amazing. Thank you so much for doing the incredible work that you're doing here. Thank you so much.
So we have something to give you guys for Giving Tuesday here in just a moment. But first I want to check in with Jerome. Jerome?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Oh, you're here.
Yeah. First off, hello, Vernisha. It is awesome to meet you and great to have you guys both here. I just want to point out in particular what I find amazing that you guys are doing is the peer-to-peer type coaching. That is some awesome stuff that I can see it could be an integral part in some of the people that I know around my age group that could use that type of help. And to be able to put smiles on someone else's faces like I'm sure you guys do, it's a big reason why I think all of us are so gratified in the work that we do here. I think over the course of the year that I've worked with CLCI, I probably put more smiles on people's faces than I probably have throughout my entire lifetime. So to see you guys so happy with what type of training was provided to you and to be able to pass that forward, it's just really unthinkable and unfathomable to think that, it started somewheres, and to be a part of that is just, it's touching, it's heartwarming. And thank you guys for doing what you're doing and continue doing what you're doing. Like I said, I love your initiative. It's an amazing work you guys are doing.
Well,
in honor of that, we have something to give you guys. But Lisa, do you want to do the honors? Do you want to?
You're very well equipped. Go for
it. So it's Giving Tuesday, and you guys, what you do is amazing, and it's a beautiful thing, and it is. We wanted to give to you guys, and we know that you guys have not taken level 2 yet, both of you. So we want to give you guys the opportunity to take level 2. You choose whichever. So there's scholarships essentially for you too, both of you guys, to take level 2.
How much you paid it forward, you were giving. Wanda's had 100 foster children, which she hasn't shared out loud with you guys. Vernisha is incredible. These ladies, these beautiful women have beautiful hearts, and we're blessed that you're part of us, and we want to bless you further.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh my
So pick your date and join us for a level 2. We want to have you, and we're so excited. We're so excited. And it's your birthday too, Vernisha. Happy birthday!
Oh,
Thank you so much. This is like the best gift ever.
You're gonna love level 2.
I
Oh
can't
my
wait
God.
for you to take it.
We all love level 1. Oh, hearts, hearts, hearts. But we're in love with level 2 because it's that much deeper. It even gets into our soul that much more. So you guys are gonna really, really blossom with love for that class too.
I know we will. I know we will. I'm so excited.
So excited. I'm like, if we did this with level 1, can you imagine, Miss Wanda, what we're gonna do at level 2?
And Vernisha went through it several years ago, and I went through it several months ago, but we're going through level 2 together. We're rocking together.
It's gonna be amazing. Thank you
Courtney
so
says
much.
congratulations to you guys. So I mean, we can wrap up. Final thoughts, everybody. Thank you guys. I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing what you do. Thank you for what you do, and thank you for loving what we do and being willing to share that. We appreciate you on every level. So thank you so much.
And providing comfort for so many people that you touch today, even on this interview or whatever we call this. You've provided comfort to the students, knowing, you know, those questions that were asked. What would you have told yourself? What would you wish somebody had said? That provides comfort and allows people to have that breath that they can just in themselves. That this is nothing, that I failed there. Let me pick myself up. So thank you so much for sharing your hearts with us.
Absolutely.
You're
Thank
so
you
welcome.
all. Still so excited. I still want to scream, but but yes, thank you all so much for this opportunity. And I just, you know, keep going. I don't know how we're going. I feel like we are now in this together. So however we can be of support to continue to push your mission forward, we are there. And I know you all have already been there for us, and you don't even realize it, but you have been. So thank you.
And just know, Brooke, we have 4 this weekend, but we have 2 more the weekend after. The 14th through the 16th, we got 2 more coming.
And Jerome, are you adminning this weekend?
I will be there this weekend.
Okay, so Jerome will be there all weekend too, as well. So
I'll be in the back. I'll be in the background, but I'll be there.
Perfect, amazing. Jerome, final thoughts?
Thank you guys again for. I say it all the time with our graduates, but truly, you guys are fruition of world changers. I say congratulations, you guys now are
world changers
on the world to have the ability to change the world. And it's evident with you guys, and not only are you allowing people to be able to utilize the skill that you teach them, they're passing it forward as well. So when I say it's unfathomable to really think the impacts that we all are kind of doing on the world, I truly mean it. It's really almost impossible to wrap your head around, but
you're the superheroes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Leaders that we're so proud of and want to support. So thank you again.
You guys are amazing.
Thank you so much.
To those of you guys watching, if you want to check out B.Y.E LLC, you can find them. They have a Facebook, since we are on Facebook. You can also do you guys have a website? Do you want to share how people can find you? Would you do that for a moment?
Yes. If you all want to learn more about our company, you can go to our website, BYELLC.org. And then both Miss Wanda and I both have Instagram, and we're both on Facebook. So you can just type in our names, Vernisha Crawford or Wanda Douglas, and you'll find us. We are super nice. So send us a message, ask us any questions. We will respond right back to you. Yeah, we're kind of like an open book. So, but BYELLC.org is our website. And you can also contact us through our website as well.
I dropped a link in the comments for everybody with your organization's website, so that way people can find you really easily. Lisa, final thoughts?
I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Inspiration, a breath of fresh air, the wisdom that's between the two of you. We're just so very, very blessed and honored.
And Courtney says she's going to get in touch with you guys. So
we'll be waiting, Courtney.
And thank you guys. Thank you guys again for being here. Thank you everybody who's watching. Thank you, Lisa and Jerome, of course. And thank you to those of you watching. Make sure you check out not only B.Y.E, but check out CLCI, Certified Life Coach Institute, where we train magnificent world changers. And make sure you comment, share, and like this video if you liked it. Please share it with the world. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful day.
Holidays, everyone.
Bye.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. There's still a little bit of time left in Giving Tuesday, so if you have some time, go out and give a little bit today.
Give. Yes, give for Giving Tuesday.
Bye,
Bye, everybody.
bye.